Have sound. Yeah, hi. It's June 20th. I did a really good show. Honest to God, it was fantastic. The only problem is it was in the unlisted mode, and I didn't realize it. So I have been talking to you all night long, and nobody was there. And I couldn't figure out why no one was coming in, but guess what? I know it now. I know why nobody was coming in. Let me just make sure I didn't do the same mistake twice. Okay, we are listed, correct? Let's double check. Let's double check and see. Oh, now I can't double check. Oh, well. Oh, I see somebody came in, so I see a 1. I hope it wasn't me, but whoever it was. It is what it is. Hi, guys. It's Friday night. I was doing great. I'm so relaxed. I'm having such a nice show. And then I'm looking over there and it says 0. There's no one here. And it kept saying 0, 0, 0, 0. And like, what is up with that? And then how did I check it? I went to look and see, and it's like, oh, I am broadcasting in the unlisted mode. You will never see me. I was doing such a good show. Honestly, the show was just probably the best show of the year. Now, you know I'm lying, right? Okay. I was just talking, and now I forgot. I'm flustered because I'm going like, we're not live, and it's almost 10. Well, now it's 10 after 10. So I'm like behind 7 or 8 minutes. I'm just having a little water. Something's got to calm me down. But it's no big deal. It's no big deal, right? We've had mistakes before. We've lived through them. And like I keep saying at the end of every show, if God willing and the bridge isn't up. So what do you think about that? Have you ever done that? Have you ever gone live and you weren't live? You're having the show and you're going like, yes, I'm talking to Jim, and Jim is doing wonderful, and Sammy is doing awesome, and Sly is, oh, she's so fantastic, and there ain't nobody there, okay? So you could call it embarrassing, you could call it anything you want. It's just one big freaking mistake, okay? I've done it before, I think, honestly. And it really isn't worth all this communication, except I'm trying to come down from the high. I haven't even checked my hair. Yeah, it's there. I got hair. Okay, so we do have some people in here now. Okay, thank you for the thumbs up. That's what made me start to see that there is nobody in here, because you guys usually come in and you do a thumbs up, because that's kind of like a way to say hello. You know, you give a thumbs up. It's like, good to see you. And I see them, and there was no thumbs up coming, and I'm going like, gosh, I don't understand why. And then a little bit of deduction and that kind of stuff, and I arrived at the conclusion that, hey, baby, we just ain't live. We ain't live. Okay, and that's the name of that tune. Okay, so anyway, I can't go back in time. I have tried to go back in time. Now, if any of you guys have figured out how to go back in time, and you've done it successfully, you need to kind of share that with me. You could put it in the comments, or if it's a private thing, you can put it, send me an email. I think I got all that gobbledygook over in the description down below, okay? So I do have the link for the FX2 down there too. So if you're going to buy one, use my link, because it'll give me, what do they do? A commission. They'll give me a finder's fee. That's about as good as they do. It's not a lot of money. But hey, it's exciting. Oh my gosh. Look, I got $12. They're sending me $12. I could go to Chick-fil-A now, because their sandwiches like $5.20 or something to that effect. Okay, so if you're going to buy, actually, if you're going to buy anything, use my link, because B&H tries to reward you by giving you a few pennies here and there. So the pennies, I don't know, adds up to about $20, $25 on some months. Some months it's not very much at all. And on other months, okay, so let me turn on my safety features. And now they are on. Okay, so a person has to be a subscriber to actually come and make a comment. So hi, it's Friday night. I've had a busy week. I kind of like to know a little bit about what do you guys do during your week. I know some of you are very, very, very young, and I know what you do, okay? But some of you are up in my age group, and I don't know, there's a curiosity to find out what it is that you're doing. So now we got comments flowing in. They just popped up. I just opened the window. Sammy is saying hi. Hi, Sammy. I was actually talking to you earlier, and you weren't answering me, and I said, well, he's in bed. Sammy goes to bed early, right around 10 o'clock, unless he's going to fall asleep early, and then he wakes up like at, 3, 4 o'clock? I do that routine myself, okay? So that's Sammy. He's saying hi. Norm is here. Who was I talking about to you, Norm? Merry Christmas. Where are the Greggies tonight? Oh, you're really gonna nail me for making the mistake? Is that what you're gonna do, Norm? Norm, and I was talking really nice about you. I said if anybody knows the answers to these questions, it would be my friend Norm. Next time, I'm not gonna tell them. So Woody is here, and he says, glad you're still among the living. Well, let me check. Yeah, I'm still warm. This hand is a little cooler than this hand. Does that mean anything, Woody? Because I think you're older than me, so you would know, right? Oh, that's the same thing with the sleep stream video. Oh, did you have a problem with that? The boys do a sleep stream video where they go to bed and they leave the camera running, okay? So while the camera's running, they go to sleep. And believe it or not, they'll get as much as 1,000 people come through to watch somebody sleeping, or just like 20 or 15. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's really something else. So Sammy said he took his nap. Oh, well, then you're staying with me tonight. If you leave, I'm going to come after you. Hey, Eric. Hi, Peter. I work the graveyard shift at a youth treatment center on night watch. Oh, I'd like to know more about that. I think those places are really cool. Is it a good place for the kids? Because they need a place to feel safe. I'm actually doing that for someone here now. I want them to feel safe because they sleep in the street, in their car, and so on and so forth. And then, of course, just yesterday, he was telling me, well, I wouldn't be sleeping in the street if it wasn't for you. Isn't that a nice way to say thank you? Oh, well, you never know what's going to happen. But I know in my heart that God has me providing a safe bed in an air-conditioned room, and all he's got to do is get up and run to the bathroom, so he's got a safe area there, too. And I feel good about it, because at my age, I'm actually doing something. So Norm says, who are we talking about? You don't know them, but they were talking about RVs and how RVs are basically a big, giant money trap, money pit, okay? So this a general overview, okay, because I might say some things that were not exactly accurate. So I get a little story license here, right? This is a YouTube channel, which is all about stories. You get mad when you see these titles and thumbnails, and then the YouTube says, you watch it, and it's the thumbnail is not even in the YouTube video anywhere. So I watched one where it showed this wave coming to crash over the boat, and it never happened in the video. That's fake news. I don't like that. If you're going to show me something, I'm coming in to see it, baby. Anyway. So who was it? Oh, it was on a recreational vehicle, and one of his best friends owned a recreational vehicle company. So he said, oh, I want to go with my wife, and we want to do some traveling can you set us up with a recreational vehicle? And this is all on a YouTube video, okay? And that's why I said Norm would know the right answers here. And I even said I have a friend named Norm, but they don't know who you are, okay? And the guy says, I'm your friend. I'm not going to sell you an RV. He says that all they are is money pits. You can never get it fixed. And then they went on to discuss that he talked him into it. He bought one, and one of the first things that went out was something about the load leveling. Not quite sure. Okay. Well, it went out. So he's had the thing for 6 months now from one of his best friends, and he's had it at his house all of 3 weeks out of those 6 months. The rest of the time, it's in the shop getting something repaired. And I'm going like, well, I'm not sure I believe all this. This doesn't sound quite right, you know. But I bet Norm would know. So how about a simple answer, Norm? Are the RVs basically a money pit? Or can you get one that'll just go for years and you don't have to spend any money and it works just fine? Okay. So I kind of like to know the answer because I wanted to jump in. I felt itchy to say something in this video, but I didn't have any of the information to say anything, and that's when I thought Norm would know just what to say. Okay? See, I'm giving you a lot of credit, Norm. Don't blow it. Okay? I don't blow it by showing me that you're not the wonderfully smart man that I think you are. So Sammy is going, how is the FX2 going? Well, because Sly pushed me into starting to use Marketplace, I put the E10 up for sale, and I sold it. Okay. Then I put a computer that Randy sent here for me to sell up, and in a combination of things, long story short, I sold it. So now we are $1,000 into the $2,700 that's needed to purchase the FX2. So now what I did is I have that's my wonderful sweet camera. Okay, I have my wonderful sweet camera, the ZVE1, because basically I'm using this guy, and I'll show it to you, and then I'll explain why you're even seeing it. Okay, so this is the A7C Mark II, Boston Mark II. All right, so I unplugged the overhead camera, and I put in the A7C Mark II, which is usually sitting here, and I don't have the lens because the lens that I use mostly with that is the Sony 10 to 20 millimeter, or I was using the Sony 11 millimeter before that. All right, let's move me over a little bit, and let's double check that I didn't screw this up in any way by adjusting the settings, and yes, I did. Okay, so we need a little more brightness, so I'll reset that. Saturation, is the saturation too low if I turn that off? Actually, that looks better. Now, how about the gamma? What if I put that where it belongs? No, that ain't right. So the gamma needs to be up a little bit. All right, so that looks fairly decent right now. So this is the A7C2 with the 50. Is it a 50 or a 70? I think it's a 70. 70 to 350 crop sensor lens. And I just put it on the tripod there because I set up this counter that you see with the blue. Okay, see this blue cloth? Because I can put articles that I want to sell there, and I use that whole area as a background. So I can quickly take pictures and slap them up on Marketplace, or I'm going to ask you guys, where else can I put up pictures to sell the cameras? So I have this up for $1,850 with the Ulanzi fan, and in 2 weeks I got maybe 2 inquiries. So I brought it down to $1,800, but I'm not going to lower it below that because you're not able to get these cameras that easily anymore. They're just, Sony's just not shipping. So let me put this back here where it's nice and safe. Okay, and so I put the camera there, and I unplugged the one that's overhead, and I plugged in my walk around camera, because I can take that on and off, and it's not even set up for anything. So it's giving me this picture very nicely straight out of the camera. I am in M mode, so I do know to set it at 1/50th of a second. And it's an f2.8 lens, I believe. No. Is it an f2.8 or is it a 3.5? One of those. Whatever it is the widest setting. So I am getting a little bokeh out of it, okay? And I'm all the way down to about 70 to maybe 80 on the zoom, because this zoom lens will zoom right up my nose, okay? So it looks pretty good. So I just lowered it a little bit now for me when I sit, but when I stand, and I stand at that blue desk behind me, okay, I did a couple of shows right there for some people that actually bought the camera, the E10, because I was getting questions like, how do I do this and how do I do that? And so I don't really want a phone call where I'm going to spend an hour with them. So what I did is I made a video going through the process of what they needed to kind of learn. Okay. So if I'm looking over here and it looks like I'm not looking at you, I'm actually looking at the TV screen, which is right next to it. It's not quite bumping up against it, but very close. I would say within the TV and the camera within 6 inches of each other. But this A7C II, look at the picture out of this guy. And I don't even know if it's set to 24p or what it's set to. Okay. I just slapped it up there real quick, and it's going to come down just as fast. So Randy, if you're watching, this is what the A7C II looks like. Just stuck up there. That's on the slide bar. Okay. It does have one tripod head sitting there. So I just put the camera up there, and it's one and done. But it is hurting my neck. I have to look up the whole time, when it's a lot easier to look at the Nikon Z6 Mark III, which is right here, okay? And this has got a regular 50 millimeter on it. Okay, so let's get back, because I did ask questions, and now I'm not even looking for the answers. Okay, so where was I? I was with Eric, and he is doing something to keep some kids safe. Where is it? Okay, here it is. It is safe. That's my job, to keep them safe at night. Good for you. Because especially if they're, I don't know if they're older people or younger people, but the kids, it's a hard thing for them to sleep when you got to sleep with one eye open. I feel sorry for that. And that's why I reached out to this one person sleeping in his car in a parking lot. He worked at the house for a while, and that's how he had my number, because he had to do a delivery here. So I had to give him my number to open the garage. So I got a call like at 2 in the morning, and he was like incredibly, terribly upset. And his age is, he's between 20 and 30 years old. So not going to give out too much information. But I would say he was crying, okay? Sitting in the parking lot, scared of anything that moved at 2 in the morning. And he was telling me how he would be far better off not being here on the earth anymore. Well, what am I going to do? I have a heart, you know. You think I'm that mean? So I talked with him for 3 hours. I found out that he does have connections with people up north. So I tried over the 2 or 3 hour period to contact them. And they didn't pick up the phone. Of course, somebody was ringing their phone at 2, 3 in the morning. And they're on the East Coast, so it's the same time zone. So those people called me back the next morning. You called 15 times at 3 o'clock in the morning. No shit, Sherlock. You think you pick up the phone? Who the hell's going to call you 15 times at 3 in the morning? Maybe something was wrong. Hello? And then they started asking me questions, and then they just assumed that I was a bad apple, and they said, don't ever call us again, and hung up. So what I needed for them to do was to reach out to this young man and comfort him a little bit, okay? He's the only connection that they've got in this country. So, yeah, he is a citizen, okay? So, no dice. Actually, it was a little bit of a miracle, because somebody that worked at that company, apparently the number I was calling rings at a home office and also rings at where the company is. And maybe they were in the home office. I don't know. Okay. So that's the information I don't have. So one of the people that worked there said, isn't so-and-so in Miami? And is this guy calling you from the 305 area code? And the guy goes, oh, yeah. Well, come here closer so I can slap your face, okay? Pick up your damn phone and listen when I'm talking to you. I'm not going to call somebody in the middle of the night just to say hello. You know, it really got me pissed. Can you tell? I'm here trying to keep somebody from doing something really dumb. I don't know them all that well. I don't know what kind of trouble they're in. I don't know how far down into depression they are. And I need help from someone that would be a family member or a close friend or something. And that's who I was trying to reach out to. So after they hung up with me and that other person gave them the inspiration that I was calling from the 305 area code, then they picked up the phone and called the kid. I'm calling him a kid, you know, because he's 75% younger than me, okay? And he was here. I brought him here, okay? And they talked for like 5 or 6 hours. So the kid was going to sleep out on the street again that same night. And so I told him, come, I have a chair in my room. So, you know, lazy boy chair, you push the button and you go to sleep. So I have a certain sense of trust with this person already. I didn't go grab somebody off the street and go, hey, how you doing? So they've been to my house 10 or 12 times. So, you know, and I'm the kind of person that's friendly. So I've cooked lunch for all the people that work here and stuff like that. So I've seen him joking and this and that. But he wouldn't come in to sleep. He slept on the patio for 2-3 nights. And I'm thinking, like, you know, there's a chair in my room, air conditioning and everything. We're in Miami. This is over a year ago now. Okay, so this is not new, fresh information. So it took a while, but eventually they saw the light, how lousy it is out there, okay, and how they had to use the restroom, how it would be very nice to take a shower, you know. And eventually they came in and started sleeping on the lazy boy, okay. Now, in the process, I lost my privacy and my freedom. So to go to the bathroom, now I got to go in, close the door because there's somebody else in my room. I haven't done that since I was 16, 17 years old. Even I think at 17, I had my own bedroom. So it's been an adventure, but I feel in my heart like I'm doing something for the Lord. And of course, everybody is protective of me, and they're going like, well, they're just using you and so on and so forth. Meantime, Eric, they have somewhere safe to sleep. They have someplace they can call home. They have something that resembles a family, okay? Because I found out that they have no family, environment that they grew up in. They grew up in a foster home to foster home to foster home, and then in an orphanage, and then, you know, so you don't know the history. You just get bits and pieces. But now I'm giving them what you just said, Eric. I'm giving them a place, and I find more deepness in those words now. It is safe. That's my job, to keep them safe at night. So that has meaning to me now because I'm doing that. Before that, I would just say, that's very nice, you know. So I think what you're doing is very nice, okay? And it's a job, so you're getting responsibility to do that. So Eric is saying next week I have a gig photographing a metal band at a pub. I will try to shoot in color and try to use monochrome. So you'll be shooting both in color and monochrome. You can't do both at the same time. Okay. So now we'll circle all the way back to Norm. And hey, Norm, how you doing, buddy? I haven't seen you. Most RVs are built to be used 30 to 60 days per year. Really? During the pandemic, some salespeople sold RVs for full-time use by families instead of proper residents. Doesn't work unless you get a, and I'm sure he will continue that. All right, so why don't we play fill in the blank? What did Norm mean to say here? Doesn't work unless you get a, I don't know. I don't know that much about RVs. My stupidity in RVs is showing. Shh, stop looking. It's embarrassing. Okay, so Sammy is saying, wow, wow, wow. I don't know wow to what, but there's a lot of wows tonight, Sammy. Let me see which camera I'm on. I'm on the Nikon Z6 Mark III. Okay. I'm kind of tickled with this A7C Mark II. Doesn't that look halfway decent for not being tuned in? No color balancing. All I know is I put the shutter speed to the right shutter speed, and I moved the ISO until I got a nice looking picture. Now, it could be higher, but it zoomed in so much that I really can't zoom anymore. I have to get up and move it. But I can show you something here. Look at that. I wonder if it'll focus. Let's see if it'll focus on that. Come on. Come on, baby. Let the good times roll. Nope, I guess it's not going to do it. Not because it sees my face. It's not going to focus on my hand either. It's going to stay on the glasses. Oh, it finally went. Okay. So now it's focusing on the camera. There's the bottom of the camera. There's the top of the camera. Now, what happens if I lower this down a little bit and it sees my eyes? Okay. Is it going to leave the camera? I don't know. I don't even know what speed I have it set to for it to change focus. But by the time I put the camera down and look back up, it nails the cameras. So Sony does really, really good with face recognition. I'd have to say better than Nikon. Shh. Don't say that too loud. The Nikon's going to get all upset. Okay. So, and this guy's doing a great job. This is the Lumix S5 Mark II, which is really, really an excellent camera. Okay, so Norm is finishing his sentence. So it doesn't work very well unless you get a full-timers model, which can last for decades reasonably trouble-free. Now, you'd think that the best friend would tell his best friend that, right? So I don't know. He never said what he sold him. All right. But now that you wrote that, when I find that video again, I'm going to go in and tell them what you said. I'm going to say, Norm said, okay, my buddy, my pal, my friend, Norm, said if you buy a normal RV, it's good for what? What did you say? 3 to 6 weeks out of the year? But if you get a what they call a full-time model, it can go for decades reasonably trouble-free. So there's a lot of people that think they know, guys have that problem. I know. Don't tell me. I know. When they really don't. Honestly. And I see them all the time. Yeah, I know. I know. Well, no, you don't know. Because if you did, you would have done it right to begin with. So the truth is you don't know. Okay? Do I sound harsh tonight? I don't mean to. Okay. Let's move on. Sammy says, you could sell it on MPB. I know what that means, Sammy, because if you go to MPB, my $1,800 camera, they'll give me $1,000 for it. And I think B&H will give me $1,020. So I'm not selling that camera for that kind of price. I'm selling the camera for $1,800. Even MPB and B&H on their used ones are a little higher in the price. So the price is correct. I am not trying to scavenge on anybody. The price is actually pretty good. And if they're in the Miami area, they can come pick it up. They can look at it. Okay. They give me some cash. And after I get the cash, they can have the camera. And I'm giving them the Ulanzi fan to go right along with it. Have I got a deal for you? Boop, 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 boop. Eric says, I will give them the colored photographs as well as an edited black and white set of pictures. Okay, so I see what you're doing. You're going to take the same set, give it to them in color, color, and you're going to give it to them in black and white. I've done that before, and that's a very good way to operate, honestly. Okay? So I've been getting into the photography work of Anton Corbin. Corbin. We'll go with Corbin. So Sammy is liking my shirt. Yeah, this is one of the nicer shirts. Not only is it a nicer shirt, the color photographs really well. Okay. Yeah, if anybody wants to come in, I think you'll have to double check. Maybe I didn't put it there, Sammy. Bo Sammy. I'll bet you a nickel. Let's see, that I don't have. Copy this link. All right, it's copied. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the studio. I'm going to find tonight's show. I'm doing it while I'm talking to you, okay? And I'm going to go to the live shows. There's the live shows, Friday night chat. And if I click on it, I'll put the link. Okay, so let's see if this is working. This is a wireless keyboard. So what I need to do is I copied it. I need to actually paste. So let me click on here once or twice and see if the keyboard clicks in. And yes, it does. So if I put Command V, okay, I put it in. Sammy, I put it in. Okay, so if anybody wants to come in, you'll have to find the word guest. http guest.ecamm blah blah blah. Hoo, wow, and away we go. Okay, so we'll do that, and that means I have to get. Okay, if anybody comes in, I got to put these headphones on, which is what I'll have to do, because otherwise I won't be able to hear the person. So I need to get this prepared. And if nobody comes in, don't worry. We're only going to go on. We're just going to go on for another 20, 30 minutes. Okay, so I will plug these headphones. Now, Sly got me to get another set of headphones that are not in here right now. They're a lot more comfortable than these because these hurt my ears. Okay, so, but since I don't do it a lot with these headphones, it doesn't hurt my ears much anymore. But if I were to wear these a lot on a consistent basis, yeah, they do wind up hurting my ears, okay? So I fixed that, what Sammy said. Norm said I photographed a concert last week with the D500. I think Woody has the same model. And a D7100, which is great, because I had that and I had the D7200 from Nikon. Nikon makes some really amazing cameras, and I should say lenses. Okay, so one of the secrets to Nikon, and you're going to consider this blasphemy, Norm, but you'll live, don't worry, is Randy got me an adapter that goes on my Nikon that allows any of the, or most of, I shouldn't say any, of the Sony mount lenses to work on the Nikon completely natively, and you almost can't tell that that's the way they are. Okay, that it's not a Nikon lens. So it's one of those hidden secrets. I should make a video. Oh, I did put up a video. I think it was today or yesterday. And I did a good job, I think. It's patting my own self on the back, right? Showing how the FX2 really fixes the problems that are in at least 4 cameras that exist on the hardware side. So if you have one, like let's say the ZV-E1 that's got a mini HDMI, well, you can't get that upgraded. There's no way around that. So the fix is not going to be on that camera. If you buy the FX2, it's fixed because it has a full-size HDMI. And if you have a heating issue with the A7C Mark II, which is this young gentleman right here, okay, or if you don't like the fact that it's got the small HDMI, the FX2's got everything that the A7C II has and more. It's got the full-size HDMI, It fixed it. It's got the FX2's got a built-in fan. If you're having heating problems, it fixed it. So that was the premise of my video. And of course, there's one smart aleck there that's going like, it didn't fix it. It's you have to buy a different camera. Well, the guy eventually turned his brain on, I guess, and he figured it out. The fixes are in the FX2 to determine or to address the issues that you don't like about a certain number of cameras. Now, it doesn't make those cameras a bad camera. It's actually hard to find a bad Nikon camera. So it's just, one of those things. So I just tried to come at it from a different angle is what I was doing. So, but what's the rest of Norm's sentence? I didn't read it. So he used Metz flashes, which is good flashes, the 35 to 70 f2 and the 80 to 70 f2.8. Excellent results. 435 out of 436 images. Shot my foot by mistake. Oh, on that one image? Yes, I know how that is. Okay. And Scotty is coming in, just in from an outdoor dance, and he plays the piano. Okay. Oh, so Sammy is joining. Let me bring him in the room. Okay, now, so let me go plug this thing in so I can hear when he talks. So give me 1 second, and then I will be right back. Alrighty, I plugged the headphones in. Now we'll put them on. I think it looks better when I put the wire behind me, so the wire is not just running down my shirt. It gives me a better look. So Sammy found the link inside of, which one is my right ear? This one. This one is the left ear, and this one is the right ear. You know, when you get to that age and which is the left side and which is the right side? Hello? So the doctor says, pick up your left hand, and I pick up this one. No, your other left hand. So now I'm plugging this in to my ear. Of course, because I'm live on the air, it won't go over the top of my ear. Golly gee whiz, Batman. All right, I'm a little more situated. All right, so Sammy, if you're ready, I'll add you over to the side of me. I thought you... Oh, no, I can't be on this camera. I have to go to a different camera. The one that I call my single camera. There we go. Okay, so I can't move my head. All right, so now the earbuds... You can see them a little bit, right? So now let me put Sammy on... my left side. There he is. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Hello.
You're looking good. Did you get a little sun? Your face is a little red.
A little sun? No.
Your face is a little bit red, like you got a little bit of a suntan. But you look good. You look smart. Oh, look at your hair, how long it's getting. Oh, what do we got going on over there? We got a little hippie growing in the woods. At that age, he's so handsome it wouldn't matter. So, are you at home? You're not at the dorm because it's closed for the summer, right?
Wrong time of the year.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. So, you sit with me for a little bit. Why is your light going on and off?
Oh, that's when I go to the main feed to look at you.
Oh, so is it the monitor that's coming on?
Yeah.
Oh, so you could see the brightness on there. So yeah. What is it that's going on your daily, weekly life? You working during the week now or just on the weekends?
On the weekends now.
And then you sleep all week?
I relax.
So you sleep all week?
Yeah.
You look so handsome with that long hair. That's pretty cool. I like that.
You always like my long hair.
Yes, I grew up in the long hair years Now they get their hair is so short, it's like, give me a haircut like Norm's. Okay, I'm teasing Norm, obviously.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
so I think it looks cool when you got a nice full set of hair, and I'm grateful to Jesus that look, my hair is still mostly full. Okay, it's not like yours where there's not 1 inch of empty space up there. Okay, so actually it looks pretty good. So you relax during the week, and the
I
camera's
have
all
just a
running
new
well
gig.
because I know you have the FX30, which is a camera that you
I have
happen.
a new gig, Peter.
What do you got? What's coming up?
I now do weddings.
Pictures or video?
Video. Very unique circumstance.
Okay, well, explain it to me.
So my uncle is a live performer, and he was doing a little concert on Father's Day. I He wanted my help to film something, and now I help him, and I'm going. I He wants to shoot me him singing at a wedding, and then he
Oh,
gave me some other
Are you
um
are you bringing the FX30 with you?
yes,
Okay. Okay, that's good. So you're bringing the FX30 and you're using that because that's going to give you professional results. It's really a very
yes,
high quality camera. But along with the camera being very high quality, you have a lot of skills. You're actually in a film school college, correct?
yes.
So who's teaching who? Are they teaching you or are you teaching them?
No, they're teaching me.
But I know your skills. You've been here, remember? Okay, so
Yes,
I
yes.
know your skills are really, really very high. Okay, so
Actually, I might be teaching one of my um I'm close to one of the professors actually. We're good friends. And the funniest thing was he took some time out of his day on Tuesday, and we went to B&H for the event.
did you go together? Oh, BILD
Yeah, the build.
build. Did you see
Mhm.
anybody there that you knew?
No.
I know Tom Buck was at one of those, and he was actually teaching. Okay, but this is a couple of years back, I think, or last
No,
year.
I was there. I was there. That was last year.
So you remember that?
Yeah, I met Tom then.
This is fresh in your mind, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So you're becoming a student teacher, is what's happening. That's pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah, and then the person that I was with, he's my one of my professors, or was, because I took all of his classes, but I was the one that told him about the FX30, and he loves it so much.
It's one of the most best all around cameras you can get.
He
I
wants
remember
all of the cameras to be FX30s, and he's looking at the A60 700
for the
as a B
school.
cam.
For the school?
No, no, for him.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be pretty smart. It's a smart thing to do. So I'm glad to hear that. So was it hard for you to come on? You just went and clicked on the link,
Just clicked on the link. Yes.
and you popped up in another window, and you muted the
Mhm.
first window, so I don't hear any feedback
Echo.
echo. So if anybody else wants to come in, and you're nice, if you're not nice, don't come in. I'll just get rid of
Yeah.
you. Okay. We only like nice people. So I'm so happy to see that. Now let's see what's going on. Scotty, Scotty plays the piano and he goes to places. They either hire out the band or he goes to like elderly places and
Yeah, so
sings.
that's
And
what I'm doing now. For the bands, they want little video clips.
and you're
So
and you're able
I'm
to do
doing
that.
some filming.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So Scotty just got in from an outdoor dance. That would be pretty hot, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And I think you know Mark, Shoot MDM, and he's
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Hi Peter, how's it going? What switcher do you use again? Are you familiar with the Elgato's Stream Deck? Can you use it to implement real-time video overlays while streaming?" So what do you think about that, Sammy? Pay attention here.
Yeah.
All right, so Mark, who actually all right, is asking me what switcher am I using. So what switcher am I using, Sammy?
I told in the comments the A10 Mini with Ecamm,
Okay.
and then you have the deck link.
Very good. Let's keep it clean here, okay? I know you
No, you
just.
have the deck link Pro with
So
the enclosure.
Ecamm is actually what I'm using to do the switching with.
I
The
thought you
ATM
had the
Mini,
A10 Mini.
it's sitting
That's
there. It's
what.
not even plugged in.
Oh, you don't
Be-
use it anymore?
no, it's only 1080, and my whole show is 4K.
Mm.
So the Ecamm Live is handling all the switching from camera to camera. Now, when I have a guest in here like you, I'm not switching from camera to camera. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So he wants to know if I am familiar with the Elgato's Stream Deck. Okay.
Yes, it's a
So
wonderful tool.
okay. So I do have one of those. Do you remember where I have it? What it's being used for? Think hard. Think hard. It's not in the Christmas room.
It's in the kitchen.
There you go. I've got one, two, three cameras in the kitchen. I am still using Ecamm in the kitchen, but you got to use a mouse to switch around, or you have to use what Mark is talking about, which is the Stream Deck. So I have the Stream Deck, and it sits on the counter while I'm cooking, and I put some saran wrap over it so I don't dirty it with gravy or anything else I'm cooking. And when I want to get a close-up shot, I'll just say to the audience, okay, let me show you what this looks like. And on the Stream Deck, I'll push either the Panasonic GH4, which is up on the ceiling, or I'll push one of the two buttons for the Olympus OMD EM1 Mark II, because I have two of those set up on the Stream Deck. One is closer, like a close-up, and the other one is
Yeah.
farther. And then for the main camera, I'm using a Nikon ZFC, and I think I got 3 views on that. So that
Mhm.
Stream Deck is very handy. You got to do it yourself. You push the button, but like you can't see. You see this hand I'm waving? If I put it down and I had the Stream Deck there, you couldn't see that I moved it over to the Stream Deck and I
No.
changed cameras. You just push the button and it's
Yeah.
seamless. Okay. So basically allows you to sit there, Mark. I'll talk to Mark for one quick second. And if you position it pretty well, it allows you to pick up any number of cameras and any number of scenes from the camera. But I do have mine connected to the Ecamm system. So on Ecamm, I'll have maybe 3 of one camera, one farther away, one medium, and one close, like in your face. Okay. And when I push the button, it looks like I'm zooming something, but I'm not. I'm just changing
Yeah.
the scene, you know. So it's not
And,
hard to
there,
do. What were you going to
and
say?
there's also the foot pedal.
See, that I don't have. Now the foot pedal is pretty easy, but you know what would happen with me? I'd always be going like, "Where is that foot pedal?" And I would probably not look as smooth as I'm very smooth, you know.
Yes. There was a feature with the A10 Mini that I liked that I had to program. This was back in when I first met you. I was doing this.
Boy, that's a long time ago.
I was able to set up with the A10 Mini Pro audio switching camera. So it automatically switched to a
When?
scene.
By time?
Autom- no, when someone spoke, it
And this is
could
in what software is this?
A10 Mini. I hijacked the software. I did a
Okay.
code where you could copy and paste at this moment, this frame, when you hear mic 1, it switched or HDMI 1.
Mm. I think what's the software that does that? That's popular these days when whoever's
Remix?
talking. Who?
Zoom?
Yes, I think it's Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you've got 5 people in the room, whoever talks, I think it switches over to that person so you see that camera.
Yeah.
and that's it in Zoom. Now, Ecamm doesn't do that. I wish it would. Okay.
You can use Zoom and Ecamm now.
Yeah, but can I use Zoom without going out and zooming by myself? Can I use Zoom to make it switch cameras when we talk and stuff like that?
Hmm. But
I
you would
don't
need a
think.
different microphone.
Yeah, you'd need something. So you know who Eric is, right? I was just talking. He basically is providing safety for the kids that sleep at night and stuff. That's one
Mm-hmm.
of the jobs. So it says I also drive for DoorDash, Uber, Lyft for extra income and to clear my head. Now I'm glad you put that second part in there, Eric, because it's not a secret that I happen to like the Tesla. Okay, and I'm liking it even more. And I'm actually paying a lot of attention to Tesla's what they call full self driving, FSD. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this YouTuber, and his name is Tesla Truths, Truths. I don't even know what the guy's first name is. So he has two or three Teslas. And to show off the full self driving, he joined Uber just to get the reaction of people when he picks them up in his Model X. He usually uses the Model X. Okay. And he puts on self driving, and like a bunch of girls will be in the car and they'll go, "Oh, no, you're not going to let the car drive by itself." And he says, "Where are you going?" And he doesn't tell this to you over the air, but you'll see him typing in an address, and the car goes there all by itself while he just sits there. He drinks his coffee. Now, you can't fall asleep. You can't watch a video. You do
Yeah.
have to pay attention. There's a camera that watches your eyes. So as soon as you take, what is it, 15 seconds? If you take
15
the,
seconds.
yeah, if you take your eyes off the road for 15 seconds, the car will beep at you, or let's say you pass out, the car will actually pull over and stop. And if you don't answer within a certain amount of time, it'll call 911. Okay, but that's not the big feature on the full self driving, but it will do that. So on Tesla Truths, he picks up people, he records them, and he puts the video up on. Is that me or you?
Oh, that was me.
Oh, okay. All right, and he puts the videos up on his YouTube channel. So that is the channel, Norm. I just remembered. Okay, I was thinking about it. He picked up somebody that was going to the RV service center to pick up his RV. So he called an Uber, and this guy picked up the guy, and they got into a conversation where the guy says, "I've only had the car operating 3 or 4 weeks, the RV, out of the last 6 months." Okay, and he said it was his best friend that sold it to him, and the best friend actually has an RV dealer, and the best friend told him, "Do not buy the RV, do not buy, blah blah blah." He bought it anyway, and it's been in the service for the last 6 months. So he picked up the guy, and while they're driving, and he's going, "Is the car turning left by itself?" And he goes, "Yeah, it is." And the car turned on the TikTok. Well, let's talk adult talk. Turned on the signaler. Okay. Make a left turn. It pulled over into the left lane, slowed down, waited for the traffic to pass, made the left turn, and the guy was very excited to watch that happen. So he explained to him, that's why I have a YouTube channel, because I just pick up people with Uber and I show them that I'm driving them on full self driving. And I have to pay attention to what I'm doing, but he says this whole trip I have not touched the wheel one time. So I'm watching that because I'm liking that for myself, because I have a little bit of a problem driving and anxiety and stuff like that. So if I can get the car to drive me someplace, okay, if I win the lotto or something like that, I'll buy one of those cars,
Yeah.
and I can let the car drive me someplace and feel a little more secure, because that's
Yeah.
the insecurity that I fight with. Now, we both have a friend that's got a Tesla. Do you know if he has the full self driving in that Tesla, or he never bought that part?
I don't know.
Oh, so you don't know? I don't know either because I don't think he ever mentioned it. But the full self driving is the part that gets me very excited. So let's get back to Eric. Will the
Alex
Canon?
wants a Tesla.
Alex wants a Tesla.
Yeah.
Does he really? Well, if he gets a
Yes.
job at Uber, it could drive him everywhere. So what is he like? The Model 3, the Model Y, the Model X?
He's doing pizza delivery right now.
Oh, wow. That would be great video where you order
He
a
rented a
pizza.
Tesla. Ashley and Alex rented a Tesla for a day
Yeah,
or
but if
something.
it's got full, what do they call it? FSD?
Of
Okay.
SD.
You could put the address of where the pizza's going in there, and the car will drive you to deliver the pizza. That would make a
And then
great
he can
video,
do
too.
speed stream while doing that.
Wow, that's awesome. So, what's Eric asking here? Canon EF to RF adapter work on the 90D? Well, the 90D is not RF, so no, it won't. It needs to go EF to RF on an RF camera. It doesn't go
Model
backwards.
Y. Okay.
Right.
It was the Model Y.
Oh, he did rent the Model Y.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to call him and find out how he liked it and all that, because I like to get feedback. Okay, so Sammy is coming on, so we'll be looking for you, Sammy, whenever you decide to come on.
Hello.
He's my big boy. So Eric says, I like the Yamaha MT7 studio monitoring headphones. They're comfortable and sound good. Now, are they the big ones or in the ear?
They
So,
sound Yamaha usually does big ones. Let me
but,
look that up.
but Yamaha is a good brand.
Yes, I
Okay.
love
Actually, the mixer that I'm using right now is a Yamaha mixer. I don't know if it's an 8
I
or a
remember
conventional.
that Yamaha mixer.
It's an M something MW12CX. So
MW
that's the sound that you hear right now. Okay, so that is what we're going. So
MWTX.
MW, it's an older one. So now they've got like a MJ or something, or MG is the newer model. So my model is at
That's
least
the
15
older
years
one.
old. Yeah, it's at least 15 years old.
It's still a good board. Yamaha makes a good board.
It's and it's very low noise too.
I have the Yamaha MW12CX.
So you got
That's
the 12. That's a bigger board than this one. You could
yeah.
put more inputs than I can.
You only have
Uh,
8.
I've got 10. It says it's a 12, but I only see spots for 10. So it's giving me 2 more that are RCA jacks.
That's
So
good.
okay. So Norm likes a certain headphone, Cos Porta, and its excellent sound. Valiant Thor, how you doing, Valiant? Salute you too. Salute. Good to have
Salute.
people come in, right? He's at work, random channel surfing. He's having lunch and saving the world. I like you, Thor. That's pretty cool. So here's
That's
my
great.
buddy Jim. And good evening, Peter and everybody. I saw the pictures that you put up of the dog. Just went to get a haircut and is looking good. Whoever it is that did that work, they did a good job. And Norm is compliment you, Sammy. You're looking good, big boy. Look at that. People like the way you're looking. That's pretty awesome.
Yes, with the
So,
long hair.
keep it for a while. Well, if you come here, I'll give you a haircut. All right, not a problem.
No.
I do my own hair, so I could do your hair too. Come on down. Come on down. I'll give you a good haircut. Okay. So happy Friday, says Jim. In and out tonight. Oh, he's at the Ham Club in the morning. Are you at the one where Dave is at, EV Dave? He went up to Ohio to a Ham Club meeting, and he's apparently he's got a Cybertruck now, a Tesla Cybertruck. So he documented the trip all the way there. So I'm thinking this weekend is when the meeting is. Do you know what a ham radio is, Sammy?
Ham radio station.
Okay. Do you know what a CB is?
CB.
Yeah, the old time CBs. Breaker, breaker, Charlie, are you
Yeah,
there?
breaker.
Right. Those were CBs.
Yeah,
Okay.
the ham
Now
radio guys.
the ham radio guys are that, but a lot bigger. They can They can send a signal. It can actually go around the world or across the country, where
Mm-hmm.
the CB radio is only good for a few miles. Okay.
Yes.
So the ham radio, you could talk to somebody in Spain, okay, over the
Mm-hmm.
ham radio. So it's got a nice following, like cameras have a nice following. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Okay.
Yes.
Norm said he used to have long hair. I sound congested when I laugh like that. I better
You
take
know,
a
I
zinc.
know someone that used to have long hair and then lost it all.
Really? Was his name Norm?
No, 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 no. So it's the guy that I was telling you about. One of my professors. There's an inside joke.
Okay.
One of my professors that I was talking about that I went to B&H with, he had very long hair and he looked really like me. It was creepy.
Oh,
And
good
so
looking guy, huh?
there's an inside joke because now he's bald. So I'm
Uh
the
oh.
young version of him.
So tell me, Sammy, do you know who this is?
Yes, Ashley.
Ashley, you do know who she is. And who is she? Who is she with?
Mr. Alex, that is, I bet you, sleeping.
Alex is sleeping?
I texted him before and no response, so I bet you.
Oh, he's sleeping. So Sammy and Alex are really good friends. Okay. And Alex has a girlfriend, and her name is Ashley. And she's been here to the house. Very sweet girl. And so now let's all say hi to Ashley. And she's telling us that it was a Model Y, okay, that Alex had rented. So I'm going to have to call Alex and find out what the story is on that, because that sounds like a good story. So Eric, what the big one's what? Oh, the size of the headphones. Okay, I'm trying to think of what is a big one. Okay, so we were talking about the size of the headphones. So Norm says I drove the Tesla Model S and the Model 3. Now Norm, get your ears on, because I'm going to be asking you some questions. Great ride, but I have to travel too far. Range anxiety wrecks the pleasure of the drive. Okay, so Norm says the Tesla self-driving mode is interesting, but I don't trust it. Okay, so there's a lot of feelings that are like that. Now, range anxiety is there, but I think we're talked into it by the news media, because the car, without even your help, will tell you you have this much miles or this much percentage, and you can drive and it'll take you near this charging station. And when you get near it, you have to go in and put some fuel, juice, electricity into the car. Now, you don't have to fill it up every time you go in. That's another fallacy. Oh, I'm running low. I have to go fill up my Tesla and it's going to take me 35, 45 minutes. No, no, no. Just tell the Tesla where you're going, and it will give you just enough juice to get to the next supercharger. So it's
Yeah.
actually very, very efficient. It's kind of like a pilot where they plan a route, they log the route in with the FAA or whoever it is that they log it in, and that will tell them where they have to get fuel, how far they can go, and the Tesla is doing exactly the same thing. Now, the story that you'll get from the news media is
Mhm.
you could be in the middle of nowhere and not have a charger around. What you gonna do? Okay, you're screwed. Well, that's the news media. It's coming to the point I don't trust anything that the news media says. It
Actually,
always,
that is true.
yeah,
Not,
I know
not.
it's true. I watch it, so I can
No,
see it.
no, 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 no. What I mean is, I'll tell you later about a story.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to
But
get
the
into it right now, but
Okay. Well, the point that I'm trying to make is the car is there to help you not get into that situation by te- by tell
sometimes
by telling you there's a supercharger and you need to use it. Kind of like your body tells you there's a bathroom and you need to use it, because if you don't use the bathroom, you're going to have wet pants, okay?
yeah.
So that's the way that works. So let's see what Ashley's saying. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, but we're going to keep it private because we don't want to bring somebody else into the picture that's not here to say anything. Sammy is his identical twin.
Okay.
Sam- okay.
So
I don't
I'll show
understand what
you
she's
a photo.
saying. Oh,
No,
she's talking about Alex. Okay.
no. This I'm talking about the professor.
Oh,
One of
is
my
that who?
professors.
Is that who she's talking about? Okay.
Yeah, so we look the same actually.
Okay, the photo of the professor you're talking about and an identical photo of you. So
Okay,
Ashley's saying what you said. The professor and you look like twins.
this is him. This was 20 years ago.
Wow. Let me see. Can I make that bigger? Yeah. He looks like a movie. He looks like you. Oh my God. He looks like a movie star.
But
Gosh.
now this is what he looks like. Here's a current photo.
So, Sammy, you missed your calling. You need to be in the movies, buddy. Okay. So, we
That's
don't
a
want to. Do you know? We don't want to embarrass him. What's his first name only?
we just call him Canetti.
Canetti. So that is
Yeah.
Canetti. Does he come from Connecticut? So he's from
No,
Connecticut?
no. He's from
Did you get my
New York.
joke? Did you
New
get my
York.
joke?
Yes,
Connecticut. Okay.
but he's from New York. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
I used to commute 65 miles each way every day. If you get stuck in traffic for 2 hours with the AC on, which is an important feature, okay, your range drops off faster than you might expect. Okay, well, you've got a real world usage from Norm, but ask me if I'm still getting a Tesla. Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to get the Model Y long range. It gives me 300
Oh,
miles. I can plug it in at night, and every morning I wake up fresh with 300 miles. And you know darn well I'm not going to drive 300 miles in one day. And if you're driving more than that, you should not be getting a Tesla unless you get one of these with the 400 or 450-mile range. Okay.
hmm
That's the Model S, by the way. Okay.
now
So,
I
Sammy,
want
did we have a good show tonight? We've done the
yes.
hour.
Now,
And let's see if we got anybody. We still got 10 people in here.
now I
And
want to say something, Peter.
but I have a question. Do we have one more Friday in June? Or are we going to go into July for the next show? Do you know?
I think. Let me check.
And
Let
is
me
it
check.
anybody's birthday that I need to sing them happy birthday? Let me make sure my reverb
We have
hasn't been
one
off.
more spot. Wait. Do we?
Well, you have to look because while I'm live, I can't bring it up.
No, I'm looking right now. Yes, we have the 27th.
Okay, so we have one more Friday in June, and then we're heading over to July. Okay,
Yes,
so that's boy, this year is just going. Does it feel like it's going fast to you, or is it just me?
it went fast.
Why did you have to think about it like that?
Maybe okay.
Now you're thinking again.
No, I'm thinking this year has gone very fast so far.
And that's what I wanted to
January's
say. Yeah.
fast.
Mm-hmm.
February felt slow. March felt a little slow. Then May fast. June fast. And I bet you July is going to be like a blink of the eye.
Aye. Then we have August, and then we
Mhm.
have the birthday area. So your birthday is in November.
Yes.
My birthday is in October. I don't know if anybody in here's got a birthday in September. I know my brother's birthday is in September. So when you're going from holiday to holiday, it seems to go quicker, you know.
Yes.
So what's the next holiday coming up? It probably would be the July 4th holiday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's
Well,
also someone's birthday soon.
who?
Carlos's.
Carlos? Your friend
Yeah.
Carlos or
Yeah.
our friend? Good. Then I'll have to. When is his birthday?
I have to look at the calendar.
All right, you look, because if it's before next Friday, I need to sing him happy birthday.
No, it's July something.
Oh, okay. So it'll be in
Oh,
July.
Alex is on October 5th. So we gotta saying happy birthday to Alex.
There we go. Well, Alex and me are pretty close then. We're both in October.
I think we sang last time to him.
There we go.
And this year it's my big birthday.
The 21? The big
Yes.
21? Wow. You look the same as you did to me when you were younger. But that's because I see you so often.
No,
So,
no, no.
no, no,
I
no. No, no, no.
I had shorter hair.
Yeah, you did. Now your hair is longer. I like the way your hair is now.
And
You look
I
like
had
a
the curtains. Remember the curtains late?
yeah, and you look like a star. They're gonna have to call you Mr. Superstar. That's what they're gonna in school. It's like, Mr. Superstar, Mr. Superstar, can I ask a question? Okay, and Sammy will go, okay, think before you
Okay.
talk. Now, what's your question?
Yeah.
All right, boys and girls, let's say goodnight to Sammy. Sammy, good
Yes.
night.
Right.
Okay, and all the rest of you guys, thank you for being in here on Friday night. I'm gonna go and get something to eat. Maybe something I shouldn't eat, like ice cream. What are you gonna go get, Sammy? What are you gonna eat now? No ketchup. Keep the ketchup away from Sammy.
I already
Sammy and ketchup is very dangerous.
Oh yes.
I have video proof that Sammy and ketchup is very dangerous, but nobody will ever see that because it's a private video.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Sammy and I are going to say goodnight, and God willing, and the bridge isn't up, what's going to happen? I will see you next week. Love you all. Have a good
Bye.
one. Don't forget, wait, tonight is me. Tomorrow night is Lewis,
Mr.
okay,
Camera Junkie.
Mr. Camera Junkie, and Sly is on. Sammy,
Yeah.
when is Sly on?
Tuesday.
Tuesday at what time? 10.
9, 10?
10 o'clock.
10.
Okay. And then you got Carlos is on all week long, and Randy is on every day. Oh, I did put up a video on my food channel today. A hot dog.
Oh,
I
you
made a hot
did?
dog. Yeah, I made a hot
Oh,
dog.
Peter's Kitchen.
Right. I made a hot dog and ate a hot dog. So that's the first video I've made on there for a long time.
Did you do it
So,
in the air fryer?
yes, I made a hot dog in the air fryer. And let me tell you something, the hot dog was really, really good. Now, I've had two people ask me how I make my smoothie. Now, I've made that video before, but I'm going to make a video again, the same thing, how I make my smoothie in the morning. So, no big deal. I got all the
Yeah.
cameras in the kitchen running again. I've got the stream, whatever you call it, deck running again. The lights are running again because they damaged all the wires and stuff. So it took me a while to get everything up and running. So I did a video, and if you haven't seen it, go over there, give me a thumbs up. All right, guys? It's on, where is it? Peter's Kitchen. Okay. So I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. I love you. My goal is the sky and not the grave. I got a t-shirt for that. It's in the link down below. And God willing, and the bridge isn't up, I will see you next
Week.
Sammy. There you go. What day?
Next Friday.
At 10 o'clock. All
At 10
right.
o'clock.
Love you all. Love you, Sammy.
Bye.
Bye bye, everybody. Good night.
Good night.